Hi and welcome to the Siren Control System tutorial. Today I talk about how you can activate real lights, that this wonderful light bar, which is too big, will look like exactly like this one here with real lights. Right now it's like this. I mean, it's not nice and it's very, like a default light bar, and this is not so nice. So to improve this, we activate real lights. First of all, we go into the blueprint of our light bar. And there we go to class defaults, and up here go to the right side of your screen to the details panel, and we can collapse all these wonderful things until we find light pattern. In this category, choose use real lights or use real spotlights to true, also set this to true. And now we have spotlight pool size. I mean, there is a description, but in general, if you let it to, or if you set it to 0, the system will automatically decide how many lights he needs. And so it's nice. You can let it to 0. Or you say, okay, I want to have a maximum of 10 lights or 5 lights. I mean, it's up to you. Let's find it out. But here we have the real spotlight intensity, which is of course the light intensity, so play around with this. I think I go for 2500 and I'm fine with this. Compile, save, close this, and now we have to adjust 2 different things. The first thing is we have to go into the real folder, this one here. The first thing is maybe or maybe not you want to add to your LA lights if you have set them up. It's not this is not a requirement or something like this. Don't get me wrong, but if you have LA lights, make sure that your LA lights, every entry of this has here use real lights enabled. This is very important, and you see any entry here has it enabled. The second thing is go to your light pattern data table. And inside of your light pattern data table, you can adjust every step of your light pattern and make sure that here, if you want to use lights, if not, it's okay. But if you want to use lights, use real light here and turn this on. In my case, I told you in the recent tutorials every time to turn this stuff on in the case you want to at a specific point or a certain point want to use a real light system, you have real light. So before we start and before we see something, we need the system to tell where the light should be, and this is very easy. So search your static mesh. In my case, it's this beautiful light bar, low poly light bar, and up here go to with the window tab and search for a socket manager. Activate this. Now you see on the right side of your screen a tab called socket manager. Click on it, and now we add, let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Yeah, I mean 10 sockets. Let's go for this. I think this is enough. So we have now 10 sockets, and you see the location of them here, which is nice, but yeah, we have to name them, these sockets, like our material slot names, okay? So for example, we have L1. L1 is on the right side. You know that I made the mistake, so we have to grab the first socket, we put it here, and we call it L1. So I disable the grid, and here I enable the rotation grid. This doesn't matter. I put the wonderful socket like this, and keep now in mind, if you have the correct name, if this phase is named after or otherwise after L1 and this socket is called after this phase, for example, make sure that this socket is always pointing with a red arrow here to the direction you want to have the light to look at or to shine at. Let's call it like this. So in this case, the red arrow is pointing in this direction. This means the light go in this direction. This is crap. So just rotate it like I do now. Perfect. When we click on it, you see the red arrow points now in this direction, which is correct. The next thing is R0. So we just make the opposite side here. So like this. And you see here also the arrow. Just let the red arrow pointing in the opposite direction. Nice. Now we have LF1. Now the question is, where's the front? LF1. This is LF1. Okay, now we can work with this. So in this case, the red arrow is already pointing in this direction. So just place it here and you can be happy that this is not so much work. LF2. Of course, we do the same here. Then we have RF1. RF1 is, yeah, here. I mean, yeah. Then we have RF2, which is here. And you see, you can really fast configure your light bar. We have LB1, which should be here. Make sure to rotate the wonderful socket. Then we have LB2. LB2 is next to LB1, of course. I would say here. Okay, rotate it. The red arrow is pointing in the back direction here. Perfect. Now we set this up like that. Make sure to rotate every socket like I did here. And now we have socket 8. Socket 8 is, so like this, is RB. So socket 8 is RB2. This one here is RB1. Now we have one socket left, and this is interesting. So I added one which we don't need. Just delete it. So your mesh should look like this. Make sure that these names are always matching the material slot names, and put just adjust the location that they are on the material face location. But don't spawn them or don't make them too close to these locations, okay? So you see that our wonderful sockets are maybe a little bit too low. Let's adjust this. I mean, you can do this far better with more time than I do right now in this tutorial. It just have to work, and if it's not working, then we have a problem. But if it's a little bit too low or too high, I don't care about this. So we save this, we close it, and you click play, and enjoying, of course, your blinkers. Oh yeah, that's fine. Every blinker is working, you can see it. Then we can enjoy our LA lights, like I do here. Nice. And you see, this is also working. So we disable the LA lights and the blinkers, and now we go for the light pattern. Oh, nice. Yeah, it looks nice. I mean, you have now this environment effect, and I love it. I personally love it. It's crazy. And yeah, of course, we can also activate everything. It would be... It's working, I mean, why not? So I hope this tutorial helps you to enable real lights in your custom light bar. And thanks for purchasing Siren Control System. See you in the next tutorial. I think this one will be about how to create your own light bar in Blender, which will be a longer tutorial because not everyone has knowledge in Blender. So let's see how this turns out. Yeah, see you in the next tutorial.